bandwidth for a specific IP address. When a particular IP address on your network is using too many resources, you can prevent the device with that IP from consuming your bandwidth indiscriminately. This video will explain how to configure traffic shaping to set a maximum bandwidth limit for uploads and/or downloads to 200 kilobits per second. Note that it's only when the traffic on the policy exceeds your set bandwidth that traffic shaping takes effect. Traffic shaping also requires that certain traffic be set to different priority levels. Go to System, Feature Select, and under Additional Features, enable Traffic Shaping. Apply your changes. Go to Policy and Objects, Addresses, to define the address you would like to limit. Select Create New and select Address from the drop-down menu. Enter the name Limited Bandwidth. Set type to the IPNet mask. And subnet IP range to the internal IP you wish to limit. Lastly, set interface to any and make sure it will show up in the address list. Next, go to Policy and Objects, Traffic Shapers to create a new Traffic Shaper profile. Select Create New and set type to Shared. A shared shaper affects upload speeds, whereas per IP shapers affect both upload and download speeds. In this example, you could just as easily use a per IP shaper, but using a shared shaper gives you more options. Shared shapers allow you to distribute a set amount of bandwidth to be shared by all policies using the shaper. Name the policy Limited Bandwidth. Set traffic priority to medium. Set the max bandwidth to 200 kilobits per second. If you would like to set a guaranteed bandwidth, make sure that it's lower than your configured max bandwidth. Apply your changes. By default, shared shapers apply shaping by evenly distributing the bandwidth to all policies using it. You can also enable per policy shaping to apply shaping individually to each policy. Right-click your new limited bandwidth shaper and select Edit in CLI from the drop-down menu. Enter the following commands. Set per policy enable, end. Now that per policy shaping is enabled, edit your limited bandwidth shaper and set apply shaper to per policy. Now all policies using this shaper will get 200 kilobits per second each. Next, go to Policy and Objects, IPv4 policy, and take a look at your general Internet access policy. Take note of the incoming interface, outgoing interface, source, and destination. If necessary, edit your policy and ensure that logging options is set to all sessions for testing purposes. Go to Policy and Objects, Traffic Shaping Policy, and select Create New to create a shaping policy that will set regular traffic to high priority. Under Matching Criteria, set Source, Destination, Service to match your Internet access policy. Under Apply Shaper, set the outgoing interface to match your Internet access policy, and enable Shared Shaper and Reverse Shaper. Shared shapers affect upload speeds and reverse shapers affect download speeds. Set both shapers to high priority. Apply your changes, and select Create New to create a second traffic shaping policy that will affect the IP address you wish to limit. Under Matching Criteria, set Source to Limited Bandwidth. Set Destination and Service to All. Apply the shaper to the same outgoing interface. Enable Shared Shaper and Reverse Shaper and set both shapers to limited bandwidth. Apply your changes. Order your traffic shaping policies so that your more granular limited bandwidth policy is above your general high priority internet access policy. The more restrictive policies should always be placed at the top of the list. Priority should be set with application control shapers at the very top, shared shapers next, and IP shapers last. When a computer with the IP you've specified browses the internet from your internal network, its bandwidth will be restricted by the amount you set in your shaper. Go to Policy and Objects, Traffic Shapers to see which shapers are active. Next, go to FortiView Sources and filter by the IP of the device you have set to limited bandwidth. You can also go to FortiView Traffic Shaping for more details. You can see that users on the local network are prioritized over the IP address of the device you've limited. You can also change the graph type to see the results in a bubble chart. Simply double-click on either shaper to see more granular information, and select the Destinations tab to see which websites are using up the most bandwidth.